All right, y'all. Another day, another double standard. I'm sure by now we've all heard about the Sha'Carri Richardson DV situation that was happening at the airport with her now ex Christian, who's also an Olympic level sprinter. So I'm sure we've all saw what happened on that video, and we can probably all see. Now there are deniers. We could probably all see the double standards that's happening in that whole sequence of events of her getting arrested, trying to tell the cops what happened in her mind. Us looking at the video, her apology, and her saying she got proof, and what's happening in the comment section to these two videos. And I'm telling you, the amount of double standards that's happening in all of this stuff, freaking astounding. I mean, she says, as she's getting arrested by the cops, she says, I'm in a DV relationship. I can show y'all proof of me being in a DV relationship. Now, I want to say for example, just for example, let's say she can show this proof that she's in a DV relationship. Let's say she could show proof of Christian putting hands on her. Let's just say she could show that. What does that got to do with the proof that we're actively looking at right now? Because the trouble you in right now is because of what we saw on that video. Even if he is guilty, we can handle that. We can handle that. We can handle that too. But right now, you in a situation because of what you just now did. So the proof that you claim is on this phone, that you said you can show proof of you being in a DV relationship, the proof that may or may not be on that phone ain't got nothing to do with what we all looking at right now. Because everybody is looking at you in public put your hands on this man. And contrary to her belief, the police aren't here because of Christian. Somebody else called the police because you are in public doing this, and they call the police on you because, once again, you're in public putting your hands on this guy, and that's why you're getting arrested. So yes, you could say there's proof on the phone of him doing the same thing to you, but you're not getting arrested for that right now. You're getting arrested for something that we are all looking at you doing. So whatever's on that phone, that's not going to disprove what we're all looking at. So that ain't got nothing to do with the other. Then she goes on to say, as she's getting arrested, that her phone somehow has different footage that can disprove what we're all looking at, which was the most confusing part to me. She's telling the cops that, okay, I see what's going on. I know what y'all saw on the video, but what's on my phone could show you something different. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, what the heck is on the phone? What kind of alternate reality stuff is happening on that phone that's going to somehow disprove what we all just saw? Because we all looking at a video of her putting her hands on her man. She in public doing this. Everybody's actively seeing her do this. And somebody called the authorities on her. So what is on her phone that's going to somehow disprove the reality of this situation that she's in right now? That was confusing as heck to me. But I guess she was just surprised that she got caught up and didn't think she could get touched. She also goes on to say to the cops, because this is just more proof of the double standards. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me, and he's the man in this situation. Now, I was sure to zoom in on that right there. What do you mean by your guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation? We're actively seeing you put your hands on your guy. You are putting your hands on this man, and that's why the cops are here. What do you mean that you're surprised that you're getting arrested and he's the man in this relationship? That goes to show the mindset behind all this. He's the man in this situation? Yeah, so what? He wasn't caught doing anything wrong. What do you mean he's the man in this relationship? That tells you the mindset. That tells you that in every single DV situation, the woman is just like expected, just automatically, it has to be the man's fault. It's got to be. If it's a DV relationship, it can't possibly be the man that's getting beat. No. It can't be the man that's getting beat. No way. Men can't get beat by women. That can't happen. That shows you the mindset right there. He's the man in this situation, so he can't get beat. So we wasn't just watching you beat on this dude. Yes. Yeah, he's the man in this, and he's still innocent. You still wrong in this situation. That's why you're getting arrested. Like, that just, like I said, that shows you the mindset of how people view DV situations. They don't even think men could be the victims of a DV situation. They just expect that every time this situation pops up, oh, of course, it's the man's fault. Of course. And that brings me to the next point. There's a lady on here called the Davocate, and she says a lot of time, would it survive the gender swap test? As in, if a man did this, would it fly? Would this situation fly? In the Sha'Carri, Richardson, and Christian situation, if roles were reversed, would it pass the gender swap test? Ain't no freaking way. If Christian would have done half of that, ain't no way. They might have actually brought back capital punishment just for him. Just because this is a famous woman and down with the man. So would it pass a gender swap? Ain't no way it would have passed. And that tells you about the double standards right there. Because we seeing her on tape doing this. And look at the comment section. Comment section full of women saying, oh, but what did the man do to deserve this kind of treatment? See, already, here's the mindset right here. They are already thinking up potential situations. What could he have possibly maybe have done to deserve what we're actively looking at? So rather than talk about what we're actually seeing on camera, rather than talk about the wrong that Sha'Carri is actively doing on camera, they don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about a hypothetical situation that maybe Christian could have possibly done this or that, or maybe he could have set her off some kind of way that he deserves this punishment that we're actually seeing. So many women in the comment section don't want to talk about what's actually happening that the woman did to this man. They'd rather talk about a hypothetical situation to where he possibly deserved it. Ain't no way. Double standards, I'm telling you. Another double standard is I believe that she kept all of her deals. She's still with Nike. They actively promoting her still right now. You know that's a double standard. What happened to the hockey team that just won their case? No, their career is ruined. Hockey team that got falsely accused of ganging up on this girl. She falsely accused them. None of that evidence stacked up. Their careers still gone. No sympathy for them. Falsely accused, career still gone. Sha'Carri Richardson still getting promoted by Nike. What happened with Jonathan Majors? Both caught on tape. Sha'Carri caught on tape harming her man. Jonathan Majors caught on tape running away from the situation. Is he Kang anymore? No, he's not Kang. So much of his career got set back. And he was caught on tape running away from the situation. Sha'Carri was caught on tape harming the man. She's still getting her Nike deal. Amber Heard doing that to her ex? I mean, come on. We was all following the Johnny Depp stuff. Johnny Depp still got his opportunities taken away from him. Hockey team still got their opportunities taken away. Jonathan Majors still got all those opportunities taken away from him. Sha'Carri Richardson still with Nike. But we just not going to see the double standards there. I'm telling you. Then we get to the apology. What the heck kind of apology was that? Oh, no. No. You smiling in the apology? That tells me right now you're not taking this apology seriously. Once again, would it pass the gender swap test if a man apologized like that over a DV situation? He would have been eaten alive in the comment section. Sha'Carri, nothing but support. Nothing but support. If maybe she got 10% opposition. Smiling in the so-called apology video didn't take any kind of accountability for what she was caught on camera doing to Christian. No actual apology for what we saw her doing. Smiling on camera. And that's the apology video. And she still gets to stay with Nike. Boy, ain't no freaking way, man. Ain't no freaking way. I'm telling you, another day, another double standard.